Welcome to Get It with Al, where we decode the future of marketing at the intersection of Web3 and AI. I'm your host, Al, and each episode I sit down with innovators who are redefining how we build, grow, and engage in the decentralized space. Whether you're seasoned Web3 marketers or just a crypto curious, you'll walk away with actionable insight and fresh perspectives. Ready to dive in? Let's go. Again, thanks for joining me to be in this podcast about Web3 and marketing. And I saw your post on Farcaster. That's how I get to know you. Okay, I need to talk to Agathe. So can you please introduce yourself and how you got into the Web3 marketing world?
Yes. To introduce myself, I'm gonna start with the second questions. The second question, like why I joined Web3 and marketing in Web3. At first, as I just joined crypto, in fact, and it was in 2021. I was a small retail investor in crypto, and also I had a small business before in cannabis, and so we were accepting Bitcoin. So I had to understand how it works and everything. And end of 2021, I started to publish some posts on LinkedIn because my business failed. So I was like very not founder mode. I'm gonna stop being a founder. It was very sad. I wrote a few articles on Medium and published them on LinkedIn saying I'm not gonna be a founder anymore. I give up. Not exactly like that, but it was psychologically my mood. But I've seen that people were answering me on LinkedIn, like it was working, like creating content was working. So at the moment, as I was unemployed, I had a lot more time to focus on crypto, my personal investments, and to learn about it. So as it was working, my articles on LinkedIn, I started to post on LinkedIn about, my first post was about All for Art, that is now OpenGem. It was a website where they were comparing collections, NFT collections, on the decentralization aspect. Like, is the image really on a decentralized network, cloud, and so you can always get it or not? Or is it only the token, or is it even the token is on a centralized blockchain finally? Like they were checking if an NFT collection was really decentralized or not. And I've posted this post, and I had a lot of comments like, wow, you know that, blah, blah, blah. Maybe you should start teaching us about that. And so I started to learn while teaching, creating content about things that I've learned on this day. It worked. And I started being like a small micro influencer on LinkedIn and also Twitter. I joined a community and I was a moderator on a big community on Telegram, a retail investors community. And finally, with time, I decided to earn money while doing this. And the influencer model, business model, was not okay for me because it was I'm not saying that influencers are scammers, but it's not possible for me with my values to pretend to know what is the best alpha, the best coin, and to engage my community in that. So I decided to keep this community active, to use what I've learned about social media by being a micro influencer, and to sell services to companies. So at first it was small consulting benchmarks. Like it was more management or strategies and operational marketing. And finally, I had Paris Blockchain Week as a client. I managed all their digital media in 2022. And that was the start of my freelancing activities. And a few months ago, in May, I created my company, CRYPTO TABOO, because it was the time to have more ambitions than just freelancing. And yeah, there are a lot of evolutions that are in progress. And yeah, CRYPTO TABOO is the name of my my space. I had like a space on Twitter every Sunday, and we were talking about crypto. It was like a free radio about crypto. So I reused the name because I like it, and that's now my company.
Okay, awesome. Yeah. So why did you choose Crypto Taboo? I like the name, but like, do you have like a origin story for it?
Yeah, it was because we were talking about all the taboo in crypto. Like I wasn't on my space, people were allowed to talk about influencers that scam people, or on the contrary, defend them and say that it's finally it's also good for the industry. Like opinions, opinions were allowed. I had some Bitcoin maximalists also. They were fighting with ETH maximalists, and we also did like what I called Octagon. So Octagon was an emission where I was reading the white paper, for example, of Solana, and then I was breaking everything that like fudding for 30 minutes, and people that who like Solana can come and give the contrary and say Solana is perfect and blah blah blah. So we had very hardcore debates on this show, and that was why it was called Taboo. And also because I was talking of other things like uh, the problem that workers are facing while working in crypto. For example, moderators, they are underpaid and facing a lot of phishing attacks, and their work is not recognized. Or, for example, the fact that there are not a lot of women in crypto, and we were allowed to talk about feminism, where it was not possible to talk about that in other spaces. So it's also because I wanted to talk about the crypto culture and have this space where you can criticize it, because it's not because you're saying something is wrong in crypto that you are undervaluating your assets. And yeah, people are always thinking when you are criticizing something, it's dangerous for the sector because you're not presenting it the best manner. But for me, it was important to also be able to talk about the negative aspects of our crypto culture, and to try to fix that, in fact. So that's why Crypto Taboo is so important for me.
Mm-hmm. So you still doing the space, or you
And no, I'm not doing it because now it's impossible. I will face too much harassment for that. In fact, that's the reason why I stopped. I had too much. Because of my show, I went on BFM TV to talk about women, and then for 3 months I had harassment regarding that. Like in crypto, people in France are criticizing me a lot for my feminist point of view. And it's too hard, really too hard to always, like, they are not even listening anymore. They think I'm woke and they don't want to take part of the the show. So it's with Trump, Milley, and all this like power back to men who are cheating on women. It's now for me too difficult, and I will take too much risk regarding the fact that I need to make money now, because this was the case before. So now I'm auto censoring myself on this aspect to make my business work.
Okay. So basically now it's like an agency, right?
Yeah, it's an agency.
Okay.
It's an agency, clearly. Yeah.
Okay. So what do you do in terms of specifically Web3 marketing, like, in your agency?
Yeah, I have like my focus is on content. I'm not a growth hacker, for example. I know how it works, but I'm not the best at this. I can suggest someone to do it, but this is not this is not a part of my services. I'm really more about content, long-term strategies, and management also. I was called a lot as a freelancer at the beginning to fix issues in marketing team. So it was more about fixing processes to be able to produce content. And then, yes, I was doing the content with the team and developing all the brand, in fact. So I'm more in branding, content. And then what I did also is, when I was a freelancer, I was more of helping general companies in crypto. Like I was, for example, for Paris Blockchain Week or Proof of Talk are events. So I need to have a global view on what is crypto and what are the companies in crypto. And since I'm an agency now, I'm more niche, and I'm focusing with my team on DeFi. So we are more providing marketing services for DeFi companies. And why? Because content for them is also a huge problem. For the events, it's more about volume. They need to be able to produce a big quantity of volume. And I was one of the first to use ChatGPT to do that. So I was able to do that. But now there are a lot of agencies that can do that. They learn how to do it. But DeFi, ChatGPT will not do all the work. You have to be to learn about it and to understand how it works. And so this is now what I'm doing, because this is where I'm competitive.
Okay. And so you say you also like fix processes issue. Do you have like an example?
Yeah, I think I can say it, so I will use this example. Paris Blockchain Week is the first example, but it's the best to explain. The first day I went to the office, they were not able to post anything, and we were 2 months before the event. And it's Paris Blockchain Week. They have 400 clients, so they have commitments signed, like contracts, and the sales and consumer services were like, whoa. And also they were like, we're not going to communicate about our event, what's happening. And why? Because they were not like, they were a validation process, and the community manager had so much validation to do before posting that he did a burnout, I think. Like I'm not sure of it, but I think so. I completely like I was used as a hammer to go to the sales person and say there is no validation. Our clients have to trust us on the fact that we will communicate properly about their products and what they do. And it's better to do this and have maybe 4% of errors, like 4% of clients who call us back and say, why did you say that we are doing this and that? It's not what we are doing. And you just face it. You say, okay, but it was on your website. Like I took what was on your website, or you haven't given be anything to communicate about you. So I found out something, and oh, why are you not asking us before sharing about us? We are paying so much. Why are, and we say like, okay, but we're gonna fix that. And so it was better to do it and then fix the problem with the 4% that were not satisfied by giving them more gift or offer something like more posts, for example, in exchange of this error. And yeah, it was just this. In fact, it's so simple. But then I had also to do it because there were an agency that was posting, and the agency was posting about our clients, and we were supposed in the company of Paris Blockchain Week to post about general topics, and it was totally the contrary that should be done. Like, the agency is far from us; they don't know about our clients, so they post about general stuff about the event because those information they get it, and we are talking about our clients because we know them. So I also did this swap, and that was okay. And then I executed. So for 2 months, we did like 6-7 posts per day to make sure to have our commitments, and it was a success because I also did I think organically their account did 2x 2x in 2 months, so that was pretty good.
Yeah, because for such a big event to have nothing to post 2 months before is like
Yeah.
just killing yourself, right?
Yeah, panic in the room. So they chose me because they knew that I was new and that I could just like come to the sales and consumer service and say there is no validation process now. This is why they took me, because not because of my content capacities, but finally I was also good at that. So that's pretty good. But this is with this management orientation that I'm working with my clients. In DeFi, we don't have like I'm external, and I'm mainly, in general, I'm the only one to do marketing, to communicate in the team. So I'm external and I'm communicating, and I have to be very close to the CEO to understand very well the product, to chase people in the company to get the right information, and then I have the responsibility. I have the ownership on what we communicate, and like finally it can't be done by an intern, except if the intern is very trustful, because when you are sharing something about a DeFi token, for example, on Twitter, this is the beginning of the relationship with the client. This is the beginning of the trust contract, that you are telling them promises or not, what you are saying or not is so important. And so that's why I can manage, and also to don't say too much bullshit, and and be able to explain what we are doing, like, as always.
Yeah, and then you have to also like understand like what's the project about, like what's the philosophy, how to fit the content with their style. So yeah.
Yeah, because if they are not comfortable with what I share, they will not share it, and the post will not work, because the team is the first accelerator in those kind of posts.
So now you only focus on DeFi. Do you have like other
Yeah,
branch?
I'm focusing on DeFi, but I'm starting to go back to events because I've seen that a lot of people have problems to, like, a lot of brands are starting to look at places for ETHCC to organize side events.
Mhm.
And I have one sales living close to Cannes, in Nice, and me, I have a family next to Nice. So I did a partnership with an event management company there, and I'm gonna create an offer for side events at ETHCC. So back to events. Maybe also managing the communication, not only the event management. So maybe I'm gonna try this, and I'm also now trying to have more services, and like it was fine and really good and comfortable to have this niche for a few months, but now I want to make my company growth, so I need to open to more services and to more subsectors into crypto. So I'm creating a small offer that is a subscription model. So startups can pay me by week, and each week they pay. Each week I do 2 or 3 marketing things for them. Can be one tweet, a small article. It can be find them a PR agency, small services. Like I've cut services in small pieces, and I'm selling 2 or 3 pieces of marketing per week for a small amount of money.
So they're like renting
Yeah, it's like this.
marketing.
Yeah, the idea is it's my first narrative. It's not validated now, but my first narrative is like marketing is an investment, in fact, and you can invest by buying a lot in one time. For example, a startup can take the bet and put 30K for 3 or 4 months with the best agency in New York City, and fix their marketing issues like that. But I think a lot of startups, they are not yet ready to do that. If they are facing, for example, a change in their product 2 months after, or if there is no PMF, it's a catastrophe. They have lost a lot of money. So my idea is, because of this, some startups are not investing in marketing at all. But we are also investing, like retails or small companies are also investing with a dollar cost average, like a small amount each week, repetitive, progressive, like we are improving pieces by pieces your marketing. And I think it's also a strategy that can work. It's different, but still it can maintain the communication of the company. It can be the minimum, in fact, they need the minimum viable of marketing they need. And that's the idea behind this. And I also did that because I observed it when like subscription model is working a lot now in terms of UX UI design. A lot of design companies are offering, we fix a few things on your website every week, so it's always evaluating, it's always improving. Your SEO can be perfect, because there is also we always forget that SEO is also about the performance of the website in terms of technical aspect of it. So I want to do this, but on the marketing and communication side.
Okay. Talking about like trends in Web3 marketing, which one you like? You say like we should pay attention to, and maybe those you like really don't like.
Yeah, there are a lot that I don't like. I think the KOL thing is kind of finished, except for the tier 1. Like it's not really pushing your product when you are just buying KOLs tweets. And every very good brand in crypto, I think, can know that it's better to have them as investors, the best ones, and so they shield your product because they are investors.
Mm-hmm.
So and even like the influencer model in general, even out of Web3, is facing a major challenge now. I think it's more micro influencers, and there are a lot of criticism. It's kind of, it was at the top 2 years ago. Now it's there will be another model, I'm pretty sure. Maybe co-branding. I think co-branding is something really better because it's also a lot used. For example, when an NFT collection is used to be the decoration of a card that we use to pay in crypto, it's kind of a co-branding, in fact, and I think it can work. And what is good is that it's also working in a decentralized world because I think we've just seen it, in fact, with the Anon campaign. There is the Anon colors that helped to push the Anon in terms of community. And it was done, I think, by some guys from Supercast. And the token was done by someone else. And finally, they were not, I think, in a meeting together and planned everything. Like it was more spontaneous. And finally, it's kind of a co-branding of many people with good personal brands and some brands also with a good branding. And all together, it worked. So I think it's better, and it's also not harmful. It's not harmful for the principles of crypto, because KOL or insiders or those kind of thing is kind of it's bad for transparency sometimes, even if it's better now. It's bad for the decentralization, and it's also like they will dump on the community then, or blah blah blah, like it's toxic. Co-branding is not toxic, and it's working in Web 2 and it's working in Web 3. So for me, it's a good alternative. I really like that. And yeah, I would say co-branding, even if it's not my what I did, because it was not in the strategical aspect, the best solutions for my clients until now. But this is something I would like to experience, and I really believe in it.
Yeah, I mean, if you do co-branding, it has to make sense, not just like, oh, I'm gonna do one with another brand because that's trending around. You know, you have to really make sense, and people are like, oh, okay, like we know why those two are together. Like, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
exactly.
Yeah.
I think in marketing sometimes, because we have those trends, you talked about trends,
Yeah.
we love some trends. Like there are a lot of trends that I love in crypto, like in crypto marketing. It's not what my clients need, so it's frustrating. I cannot test it, but I have to make the best choices for the brands that I help. So
Yeah. So how do you keep up with the trend? Like, do you spend a lot of time on Twitter or?
yeah. Yeah, I have to. In fact, I want to do less because that's not good for my mental health, really. But I have to first because I'm posting for brands, so I'm on their Twitter. So anyway, I will see it, and then because I have to build my personal brand also, I know that if I want to have um, the best clients, because I think this is the objective. And for me, it's the objective more than money. What I want is the best clients, because it's more interesting, and because also they pay good. uh, and also because I have to develop my brand's accounts. My personal branding was very strong in French. At the moment, I was in for more than 1 year now. I'm full English, and it's very difficult. Like I lost all my engagement. I lost my community. I had to start from scratch, in fact. So it's kind of difficult. And building my brand's awareness is helping me on that, because I know that I'm not alone. I have my team also, which is working a lot on that. And my brand is my first partner to help me to have more visibility, in fact. because my brain can do a lot of things that I can't do. And I can do a lot of things that the brain can't do. So, yeah.
I was asking, like, I don't know if you have a lot of clients, and how do you decide which one to like accept or not? Like, do you have criteria?
Yes, I have completely. So yeah, but that's true that I never thought about it exactly what do they are. But first, yeah, there is obviously a focus on events related clients, because events is bringing me a lot of network. So in that's I'm like aiming for performance and efficiency. So that's logical that I like to work for events. The second one is DeFi. Why? Because I'm using DeFi a lot. So it's the passion part of my choices, and also because I love to be engaged with the project. So I accept up to 30% in token. And to get tokens, to be paid in tokens, it's the DeFi projects are more interesting in my point of view, because as they are DeFi, they are very transparent in general. If they are not, I will not take them. So I have access to everything. I can do my due diligence. As I'm using it, I can understand better what they do. And yeah, so that's basically because of efficiency, passion, and like interest, and also because I can be paid in token and bet on them also. Yeah.
Okay. That's great. Yeah. So you have to like kind of believe also in the projects.
Yeah, clearly. I can't, like, I had also some clients that I had in payments and brokerage. If they are serious, yes, no problem. But this is not what I prefer, to be honest. I will do it because I need money, but this is not what I love the most.
Okay. Maybe like just one last question before we finish. Like, what's like the most valuable lesson you learn in marketing and Web3?
Uh, um, wow, it's so difficult. Because the lesson that I've learned about marketing in crypto are making me so sad. I don't want to. Like, I would love that. I really think that it's unfair. It's unfair, and it's like the YouTube game or influencer game and everything. The people who succeed, they have to be determined to like to never surrender, to work every day, maybe even if it's not really working. And sometimes they have chance, luck, it's working, like things are working. And because they have done all this perfectly before, without with a true commitment, it will work. But many people are trying every day and will never have this chance or luck to succeed. So this is the lesson I've learned, and that's so sad. Like that it's difficult. But yeah, I really think, and because there is a lot of unfairness. You are living in New York, for example. You can meet with people who has so much more influence. Just the fact that you are living in New York, you're a marketer in crypto. Every project you will help will have so much more help than if you're from the bottom of any other country, So that's cruel, that's unfair, but it's not done. Like, we can change that. Clearly, there are so much stories of success that were not obvious, like people who were not thinking it will work, and it worked. So we have to try. But it's kind of unfair. Marketing in crypto is unfair.
Okay. Well, that's kind of like bittersweet end, but
Yeah, I would love to. No, but why I'm saying that, it's also because I think some founders, they maybe they are like saying it's not working, it's not working. Like, why did I did so wrong? But in fact, just keep on. This is what I want to say. Like, in fact, keep on, and if you're not doing anything, you will not have this chance anyway. So try.
yeah.
That's the thing. I'm sorry. I'm trying to make it less sad, but I have really like I'm marketing is not my passion. It's DeFi and crypto
Mhm.
my passion. So that's why also.
Yeah. But you need marketing so people would know about the project. It's kinda-
Exactly, and
it's,
this I believe.
yeah.
Mm.
All right. Well, thank you for your time. And
Thank you for the invitation.